My name is Eloy Gardea, and I am an immigration lawyer. My work focuses on helping individuals forge a life in the United States, be it through asylum, humanitarian visas, family petitions, and other forms of refuge. Uh, I chose to become a lawyer because of my own sense of not belonging in the United States. I'm the son of Mexican migrants, and I grew up in Texas. And there were things that my family went through growing up that made me feel like I didn't quite have a place in the United States. So I felt that uh, honing my oral and written skills and becoming a lawyer would be a great way for me to be able to advocate for myself, advocate for my family, and advocate for others who might feel that sense, the same sense of not belonging. Um, my motivation for becoming a lawyer are from the steep sense of obligation to help others. Growing up in a collectivist household and culture, I was always taught to kind of put my own personal needs put the collective needs before the personal needs. It's kind of something that I've always approached, how I've approached life and I've approached my work. And for a long time, it worked for me. When I became an attorney, I was able to help others. I was able to really sympathize and empathize with the struggles that people were going through. And over time, it started to take a toll on me. And it took me a long time to realize the toll it was actually taking on me. So I think that's one of the biggest struggles that I faced as a first generation attorney, is that I didn't know how to kind of separate the two, because the work that I was doing for individuals very closely aligned to the work, or rather to the lives of my own family. And I felt that everyone that I was around was kind of taking from me, and I wasn't getting a lot for myself. And it was just kind of spreading me too thin. So some of the approaches that I've taken to try to kind of combat that is to refocus the way I approach advocacy. And that is to help others empower themselves, to find a way to understand the systems that they need to navigate and help them have the tools to advocate for themselves. And that's not always easy, but it's something that's allowed me to kind of feel better about the work that I do. And on another note, what I've done is try to reconnect. We're taught in law school, this is some advice I would give to others, and maybe people who might feel the same way as me, or might be first generation, might feel this kind of lack of ability to kind of disconnect from the work. Is I would say that in law school we're taught these ideas of self-care. And self-care, the way I've come to understand it, is to disconnect from the work, to try to kind of go and take on these hobbies and do these things that allow you to kind of separate yourself from the work. And as somebody who feels like I can never disconnect because the work and my personal life is so closely intertwined, I realized that a better approach for me was to reconnect, and that is to reconnect with the people that motivated me to do the work, and to rewire the relationships in new ways that allow me to move forward without feeling like I'm just being drained all the time. And that's something that takes a lot of work and commitment, but I think it's worth it, and it's worth it. It's allowed me to kind of move forward and to see the work in a different way, and to see the individuals, both the ones that I work with and my family, in a new light. So to those attorneys who are doing this work, I want to thank you. To the attorneys that are considering this work, I also want to thank you. And I hope this video was helpful. And yeah, thank you.